I gained 25,000 views in the first 24 hours of starting new YouTube channels. I've grown other channels to over 400,000 subscribers, and I believe anyone can do the same if they follow a proven process. Here is a practical guide on everything you should do in the first 24 hours. Hour 1. I started by deciding what type of content I was gonna create. If you have no idea like I did, open a private window and for 30 minutes scroll on the shorts feed. It's important that you don't get distracted and end up in a scrolling loop. You should carefully analyze each short you watch and apply the following criteria to determine whether it's a suitable niche. Criteria 1. The niche is repurposed content. This is where you download clips from YouTube, edit them, and then upload. My shorts channel was entirely repurposed and it generated more than $400 a week. I recommend these niches to anyone because all you need is a device and some basic skills in editing, which I'll teach you later using CapCut. Criteria 2. The niche is trending. This will give you the highest chances of going viral because you'll be engaging with an existing fan base. Using these criteria, I found a niche. I choose internet creator highlights. For this niche, I need to create a script, voiceover, and then I need to edit the short. This niche meets my criteria because it's repurposed content and it's only been going viral among a few channels. I know that you've probably seen creator highlights before, but the editing style and the voiceover really sets this content into its own niche. There was also another niche that I chose to enter. The niche is IRL content, where a person stands on different types of food to see how many will support his weight. What caught my eye with this niche was that only one creator was doing this and all of his content has exceeded more than 1 million views. I know that this niche requires original content, but I chose to select it anyway so I could prove to you why repurposed content is so much better. Now that I had the niches, I created the channels. I named the first channel Precise, which was the creator highlights, and the other Loop Egg, which was the food crushing content. I created both the profile pictures and banners using CapCut's free photo editor. The entire process of creating the channels only took 30 minutes because it doesn't affect how many views we get when we start uploading. Hour 2. I started the process of creating the first short, and this required a video topic. If you have no idea for your first video topic like I did, go to established channels in your niche and take inspiration from their viral shorts. For my niche specifically, I found the most viral were summarized videos from a popular long-form channel. So I chose to also summarize a video from the popular channel. Also, while you're studying, take notice of how frequently creators in your niche are editing. For my niche, there is some type of edit every second, and even if your niche doesn't, you should still aim to because it increases something called swipe through rate and average percentage viewed. Continue watching to learn how to apply frequent edits to your shorts. Hour 3 and 4. After 2 hours of editing, writing, and recording a voiceover, the first short was uploaded and it was 19 seconds in length. This might seem like a lot of time and it might take you even longer to make your first short. You need to remember that you will get faster and your niche probably won't be so time intensive as mine. For example, I can create shorts for my football channel in less than 30 minutes because the edits are so much more basic. Hour 5 and 6. I did go ahead and start creating a second short and it was completed after 2 hours, but I didn't upload the second short because the first short still had no views. You never want to flood the algorithm, especially when YouTube hasn't even pushed your last piece of content. By this time, I'd spent over 6 hours on the channel and I was starting to get tired, so I logged off. Hour 18. I woke up to 3,000 views on the first short. I expected this low amount of views for my first short because it takes time for YouTube to understand what audience suits your content. And we can prove this by looking at our metrics for the short. We can see the average percentage viewed was 108%, which is very high and a sign that the short should go viral. But if we look at the swipe through rate, it is 55%, which is very low and means that we're not engaging with the right audience. I still did not upload the second short as the first short was still getting views and actually got pushed into the algorithm in the late afternoon, so I didn't want to slow this growth. How to edit viral shorts. You first need a video editing software to use. I recommend CapCut because it's free and it has all the features you need in one place to go viral. I use the desktop version, but you can follow along on any device because it's available to use in your web browser. To make a short, we first need to drag clips into our timeline. These clips are specific to my niche, but you can follow along from any niche because the principles of frequent editing remains the same. For these clips, we want to only use parts of the video, so we'll have to cut the clips using the split tool. I will now repeat this for all of the clips in the timeline until I have a sequence of smaller clips that are engaging. Next, you will need to change the aspect ratio of the videos by clicking ratio and selecting 9:7. 16. But since now we have these ugly black borders, we will need to increase the size of the clips. Now that our clips are ready, we want to add edits every 1 to 3 seconds to keep the viewers engaged both visually and auditory. CapCut makes this so easy from their stickers tab where you can use hundreds of graphics. Usually other editing programs you have to go to Google and download these yourself, so these being in one place really speeds up your editing process. I will now drag in an arrow to emphasize the video topic, which is Mr. Beast, and I will change the size and position. I will also adjust the length of the graphic so it's only on screen for 1 second. So we can also have auditory change. I will also drag in a pop sound effect from the audio tab, and that's how you add your first frequent edit. Now you just need to get creative and add edits every few seconds. CapCut also offers many AI features that will help you speed up your workflow and get creative. I have worked with CapCut to bring you this tutorial, and there's a link below if you want to download CapCut for free. Hours 19 to 24. I started the process of creating content for the food crushing channel. It took 4 hours to film and then 1 hour to edit the shorts. While recording, I was reminded why repurposed content is so much better. For example, in the first short, the cones weren't crushing as satisfying like the original short I was trying to replicate. Despite not getting perfect results, I still uploaded the shorts over a 48-hour period to ensure there was adequate time in between uploading. Now let's look how the channels performed over the 24-hour period. The Precise channel reached 17 subscribers and 15,000 views over the first 24 hours. The engagement for the shorts were really good, and this is a positive sign for starting a new channel. You will also notice that there is a large difference in views between the two shorts. Since there is such a difference in the video topics, we cannot be certain about the reason behind this, but it is probably because YouTube is starting to understand what audience engages with my content best. Comparing the short metrics, there is a slight difference in the average percentage viewed, but a large difference in the swipe through rate of 10%. And this is where the view difference is coming from. Now let's look how the Loop Egg channel has performed. The channel reached 7,000 views in the first 24 hours and we gained 8 subscribers. Just like the Precise channel, the engagement was high, but there was still a large difference in views between the two shorts. With these two shorts, there's not much difference in video topics, so it's safe to assume YouTube is starting to understand what audience engages best with my content. And comparing the metrics of the two shorts, there is a large difference in both the average percentage viewed and the swipe through rate. Here is the rest of the analytics, and overall this channel performed worse compared to the Precise channel. And considering how difficult this content was to create, it really highlights why a repurposed niche is so much better. I would say both channels performed very well over the first 24 hours and are now set up to continue going viral. And if you're new to shorts, don't compare your results and get discouraged. If you practice what I've said in this video and over time you try it, there's no reason why you shouldn't see numbers similar to these.